Mindful Life Practice community.
Thank you. Thank you, Pooja. Thank you, Siobhan, Lee. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Jillian. Thank you to all the teachers for leading these beautiful practices before. You can take a few more breaths in the pose, maybe absorbing all the sensations and the benefits of all the practices that you've participated in so far. And when you're ready, I invite you to rise to a comfortable seat and perhaps preparing your space for our mindful, let go, restorative yoga practice. So I'll meet you on the mat here. And welcome. My name is Marie Christine, or Marie, for those of you who are new to me. And if you would like to gather, take a few moments to gather all the props that you may need. I've brought almost everything out from my arsenal. So I have a couple blocks, small and big bolsters, a few sheets or blankets, and a pillow. And I also have an eye pillow if you would like to find something to cover your eyes, if you'd like to do that. So taking a few moments to bring everything closer to you, perhaps dimming the lights or modifying your space in any way that would allow you to fully relax. And once you're set and comfortable, perhaps finding that easy seated posture or any other posture of your choice, just to spend a few moments to recalibrate and recenter. Perhaps softening the gaze or closing the eyes if you feel comfortable to do so. And taking a few moments to notice how you're feeling at this point in our practice. Without judgment or resisting the urge to label or to comment, maybe turning your attention to your breath. And perhaps reminding yourself of the intention that you set for this year, for this practice, and maybe bringing a new one into your mind and into your heart as we transition into more restorative and relaxing practices. And with your next exhale, letting that intention wash all over your body and your space. Knowing that the poses that I will guide us through are optional and feeling free to modify or to do something different if that's what your body is calling for. And as we will be holding these poses for several minutes, you may use all the tools that we've practiced this morning, or bringing your attention back to the body, back to the sensations of the breath, or back to your intention, just to stay present in the here and now. So taking a few moments to wiggle the fingers and the toes, bringing any gentle movements back into the body. When you're ready, you can join me in setting ourselves up for postures that will open the front of the body. So we'll be using a big block and perhaps a big bolster and a block, or some stacks of books underneath, to bring a support at an angle where we'll rest our torso. And knowing that in restorative yoga, we have full permission to bring the floor closer to us so that we can receive with minimal effort. So maybe bringing some blankets where the arms can land, or bringing a pillow close by in case we need more support behind the head. And once that's set up, we can turn and bring the seat close to the short edge of the bolster. And then with the legs, we can bring the soles of the feet, knees bent, and perhaps just letting the knees knock together. Or we can elongate the legs once you recline, maybe bringing a support behind the thighs, and that can help if the thighs are feeling a bit tight. Or if you'd like to find opening both in the torso and in the legs, you can bring the soles of the feet together, and then opening the knees out to touch, and then bringing the floor closer to you underneath the knees with a bolster or some blocks. So when you're ready to recline, you can bring fingertips behind you, and then perhaps leaning onto one forearm and the next, and then slowly finding the bolster with your back. And then checking in here with the neck and the chin. And if there's any tension, or if you feel that your head is arched back, that's when you can bring a pillow here underneath the head, perhaps to slightly tuck the chin in. And then the arms, you can either lay with hands resting on the tummy, or you can bring the arms open to the side, and that's where the extra supports can feel really good. And taking the next few breaths, just scan the body from head to toe. If you notice any areas of holding or tension, and trying to relax, or perhaps using some more supports to bring the floor closer to you. Again, softening the gaze, closing the eyes, or covering the eyes. And we'll be here together in silence for the next several minutes, just receiving that opening, allowing yourself to soften into the supports. Taking 5 more full breaths in this shape. If you would like to join me into transitioning into a second pose, perhaps reaching for the thighs with the hands and helping the knees up or bending the knees and bringing the soles of the feet on the ground. Next, we can gently roll over to one side. So perhaps opening the right arm out and holding onto the back of the head with the left hand. And then we can slowly roll over to the right side and cocooning here for a breath or so. When you're ready, gently pressing yourselves back up, pausing or stretching or preparing to turn over facing the prop and adopting a supported child's pose. So again, perhaps bringing some padding underneath the knees or between the heels and the seat. We can bring our body closer to the bolster closer to us, and opening the knees out to the width of the mat. And then framing the bolster with the hands. You can inhale for a long spine and then exhaling to bend in the elbows and then gently rest the upper body onto the bolster. And then placing the arms anywhere that feels good where the shoulders and the arms can fully relax. And perhaps hugging yourself as you hug the bolster. And again, taking a few moments to adjust and to scan the body, bringing some extra support or allowing yourself to soften into this shape. And perhaps you're facing the face toward one direction, and in a little bit, I'll let you know when you can switch sides. And perhaps taking the next few breaths to gently rise and land onto the opposite ear. And taking 5 more full breaths in this shape.